한국 영화가 요새 극장에 걸리는 한국 영화가 워낙
Lovely viewers, welcome back. And today we dive into a revelation that has left the entire K-drama world buzzing with emotions, debates, and disbelief. Imagine this. Joong, the charismatic actor who once shared vows with the beloved song Hye Kyo, finally breaking his silence in a way no one expected. In a recent candid moment, he admitted that he still dreams about song Hye Kyo. Yes, you heard that right. Those words came directly from him, and fans all over the world have been shocked, touched, and left completely torn apart. Now let's walk through this together. Joong and song Hye Kyo, also known as the Song couple, once held the crown as Korea's most adored love story. From their undeniable chemistry in Descendants of the Sun to their fairy tale wedding, they captured the hearts of millions. But just as quickly as the dream began, it ended in heartbreak with their divorce, leaving fans devastated and confused. For years, both stars have moved forward with grace, carefully sidestepping questions about their past. Yet here we are today, with Joong pulling the curtain back just enough to remind the world that the past is never truly gone. Picture this moment. During an interview when asked about dreams, memories, and the influence of his past on his present, Joong smiled faintly before saying words that changed everything. "I still dream about Hye Kyo sometimes." The atmosphere in the room shifted instantly. Journalists gasped. Fans replayed the clip over and over, and the internet lit up like fireworks. Some took it as a confession of lingering love. Others argued it was simply nostalgia. But no matter how you interpret it, those words carried the weight of a history too deep to ignore. Lovely viewers, let's pause here and reflect. What does it really mean to dream about someone? Dreams are not something we can control. They are raw, honest, and often reveal what lingers deep in the heart. For Joong to openly admit this suggests that Hye Kyo remains a presence in his subconscious, whether it's love, regret, or unfinished emotions. And fans immediately began debating. Is this a sign that he still loves her, or is it just a haunting reminder of what once was? On social media, reactions exploded. Fans who never let go of the song dream were overwhelmed with hope. One tweet read, "He still dreams about her? That's not coincidence. That's fate calling them back together." Another fan posted, "My heart can't take this. After everything, he still thinks of her." This is the love story of the century. Yet not everyone saw it as romantic. Some argued that dreaming doesn't mean wanting to reconcile. One comment said, "Dreams are just memories replaying. It doesn't mean he hasn't moved on." Another added, "He should be careful with his words. What about his current life?" Lovely viewers, do you see how one sentence can send waves across the world? Joong admission has not only rekindled fan fantasies but also reopened old wounds. For those who admired Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo's rumored relationship, this confession feels like a shadow creeping in from the past. It's almost as if Joong unintentionally reminded everyone that his presence in Hye Kyo's life cannot be erased, no matter how much time has passed. Now let's imagine Song Hye Kyo's perspective. How do you think she feels hearing this? Publicly, she has remained silent, but behind closed doors, it must stir emotions. To know that her ex-husband still dreams about her could feel bittersweet. Perhaps she feels touched, maybe even sad, or maybe she feels that it's unfair for him to open old chapters when she's trying to live her present. Lovely viewers, if you were in her place, would you feel flattered? Or would you feel frustrated that your past keeps being dragged into the spotlight? And then there's Lee Min-ho, the man currently tied to her in the public's heart. Imagine how these words might sound to him. To know that your partner's ex publicly admitted to still dreaming about them. Would you laugh it off as harmless, or would it plant doubts? Fans have been debating fiercely, with some saying Min-ho is secure enough to brush it off, while others argue that no man would take such a statement lightly. One fan wrote, "If I were Min-ho, I'd be furious. Some boundaries should never be crossed." Another said, "He should ignore it. Dreams are just dreams." Lovely viewers, let's talk about the deeper meaning here. This isn't just about Joong-ki's personal confession. It's about how love stories, especially those played out in public, never really end. The Song couple represented hope, passion, and the fantasy of forever. When that forever broke, fans struggled to accept it. Now, with this revelation, it's as if a door has been cracked open again, letting old emotions rush back. The fandom wars are reignited, those who believe in destiny versus those who believe in moving on. But here's another layer to think about. Could Joong-ki's admission be a way of healing? By acknowledging his dreams, maybe he's finally letting go of the silent burden he's carried for years. Sometimes speaking the truth is the only way to release it. Or could it be that he's testing the waters, seeing how the world, and maybe even Hye Kyo herself reacts? Lovely viewers, what do you think? Is this a confession, closure, or a spark waiting to ignite? The entertainment media has gone wild with this, with headlines like, Song Joong-ki's shocking confession, Hye Kyo still haunts his dreams, and is the Song couple destined to reunite? Every outlet has its own spin, and analysts are even breaking down his body language, saying his soft smile hinted at lingering affection. Whether true or exaggerated, it only proves how one sentence can fuel endless interpretations. Lovely viewers, let's interact again. If you were Joong-ki, would you have admitted something so personal, knowing the storm it would cause? Or would you have stayed silent to protect everyone involved? And if you were Hye Kyo, how would you respond to fans now flooding her socials with questions, pleas, and emotional outpourings? As we stand in the middle of this whirlwind, one thing is clear. The story of Song Joong-ki and Song Hye Kyo is far from over. Even if they never reunite, even if they continue their lives separately, their names will forever be linked. That one admission, "I still dream about Hye Kyo," has reminded the world that some love stories leave echoes that time cannot silence. Lovely viewers, the truth is that Joong-ki's dreams don't just belong to him anymore. They've become the dreams of millions of fans who still wish for a happy ending. Whether that ending comes or not, we are all witnesses to a love that continues to inspire, to hurt, and to captivate, long after the vows were broken. In fact, as days passed, the shockwaves only grew stronger, spreading across fandoms, entertainment outlets, and even among industry insiders who claim to know more than what meets the eye. This wasn't just a passing comment. It became the headline that reawakened one of the most passionate debates in K-drama history. After Joong-ki's confession, social media did not calm down. It erupted even more. Fans began sharing their own emotional reactions in real time. One Twitter user wrote, "The fact that he admitted this openly shows how much she still means to him. You don't dream about someone unless they've left a permanent mark on your heart." Another quickly countered, "Dreams don't equal love. He's human and memories live in all of us. Stop reading too much into it." TikTok edits featuring clips of Joong-ki and Hye Kyo from Descendants of the Sun set to sad love songs went viral, amassing millions of views with captions like, "The love that never dies," and "He still dreams of her, so do we." Lovely viewers, do you feel the emotion here? It's almost as if his single sentence reopened a door that fans thought was closed forever. And now, even those who had accepted their separation find themselves questioning, what if? What if those dreams are a sign? What if he secretly wants her back? What if fate is playing a long game? But as much as fans are swooning over the idea of destiny, others are worried about the reality. For those who support Song Hye Kyo's rumored new relationship with Lee Min-ho, this admission feels intrusive. On fan forums, supporters of Min-ho have voiced concerns like, "Why would he say this now? It feels like he's trying to stir things up." Another wrote, "Lee Min-ho has been nothing but supportive of Hye Kyo. It's unfair to bring up the past when she's moved on." And this is where the conversation gets even more heated, because now it's no longer just about Joong-ki and Hye Kyo, it's about how his words affect the man who stands beside her today. Imagine being Lee Min-ho in this moment. The world is buzzing with headlines that your partner's ex still dreams of her. Even if you're secure, even if you trust her completely, wouldn't there be a flicker of discomfort? Fans began speculating about how Min-ho might respond. Would he stay silent, letting his dignity speak for itself? Or would he, in subtle ways, reaffirm his bond with Hye Kyo, perhaps by posting a photo, making a public gesture, or simply holding her hand tighter at their next appearance together? Lovely viewers, if you were him, how would you handle it? Meanwhile, Song Hye Kyo's silence is deafening. She has not addressed Joong Ki's admission, and that silence has only intensified speculation. Some interpret it as elegance, choosing not to fan the flames. Others see it as discomfort, wondering if she feels trapped between the echoes of her past and the stability of her present. And then there are those who whisper, what if she, too, dreams of him? What if his words awakened memories she's kept locked away? Lovely viewers, doesn't that possibility give you chills? The media, of course, is feasting on this. Entertainment shows replay Joong Ki's statement on loop, analyzing his tone, his smile, even the slight pause before he said her name. Body language experts are brought in to decode whether his words carried lingering love or simple honesty. Headlines scream with drama. Song Joong Ki confesses dreams of Song Hye Kyo. Is love still alive? Others take a more cautious approach. Joong Ki's honest words stir debate, closure or confession. But perhaps the most fascinating part is the fan interaction. Hashtags like hashtag he still dreams of her, hashtag song song forever, and hashtag respect Lee Min-ho have been trending simultaneously, showing just how divided and invested fans are. Some even began online petitions urging Joong Ki and Hye Kyo to star in a drama together again, believing that their chemistry is undeniable and fate is pushing them toward each other. Can you imagine how explosive that would be? Lovely viewers, let's pause and reflect together. Dreams are mysterious, often revealing truths we don't say out loud. For Joong Ki to confess this so publicly, it means he's either embracing vulnerability or unintentionally opening wounds. Either way, the impact is undeniable. If you were in his shoes, would you have admitted it, knowing it would spark such chaos? And if you were Hye Kyo, would you continue to remain silent, or would you release a statement to protect your present love? As we watch this unfold, one truth becomes clear. The Song couple's story is one that refuses to end. Their love, their heartbreak, their silence, all of it continues to echo, no matter how much time has passed. And with Joong Ki's confession, it feels like that echo has grown louder than ever, reminding the world that some stories are never truly finished. Lovely viewers, the question now lingers. Will this revelation fade as just another shocking headline, or will it become the spark that changes everything? Could this be the moment that pulls Hye Kyo into an emotional crossroads, forcing her to choose between the stability of her present and the haunting memories of her past? Or will she rise above it all, proving that she has moved on completely, leaving Joong Ki's dreams as just dreams? People are not just speculating anymore. They are piecing together imaginary scenarios, building emotional narratives that make this drama feel alive and breathing. Some fans claim that insiders overheard conversations at industry gatherings where Joong Ki's confession was the central topic. Imagine the tension. Actors, producers, and staff exchanging glances, quietly wondering what this could mean for the delicate balance of relationships in the Korean entertainment world. Now here's where it gets even more gripping. Rumors have started swirling that Lee Min-ho, though outwardly calm, has privately confided in his close circle about how Joong Ki's words struck him. Allegedly, one insider said Min-ho was not angry but deeply thoughtful, as if he knew this confession was more than a slip of the tongue. Lovely viewers, imagine that moment. A man deeply in love with Song Hye Kyo hearing that her ex still dreams of her. Wouldn't that stir emotions you can't quite suppress? Fans on forums are already debating whether Min-ho might subtly address it through his social media posts, perhaps with cryptic captions or symbolic gestures of love toward Hye Kyo. On the other side, whispers say that Hye Kyo herself may have had a quiet, private conversation with Joong Ki after the confession went viral. Some fans theorize she reached out, not romantically, but as a gesture of respect, to set boundaries and ensure that her present relationship is protected. Can you imagine how powerful that moment would be? The woman caught between two of Korea's most iconic men, addressing her past while honoring her present. Lovely viewers, what do you think she would say in such a conversation? Would she thank Joong for being honest but ask him to move on? Or would her heart falter at the memory of what they once shared? Meanwhile, fans are creating entire storylines online. Some believe Joong's confession was not accidental but intentional, perhaps a way to signal that he is still open to reconciliation. Others counter that it was simply a moment of vulnerability, a man speaking his truth without realizing the firestorm it would unleash. This divide has created factions within the fandom, with some reuniting under the banner of the Song Song Forever movement and others fiercely defending Hye Kyo's right to happiness with Min-ho. Hashtags like hashtag Team Joong, hashtag Team Min-ho, and hashtag Protect Hye Kyo are circulating like wildfire, each carrying millions of impressions. And here's another layer. Entertainment insiders claim that drama producers are already eyeing the situation. What better publicity than to cast Joong and Hye Kyo together again, capitalizing on the frenzy? Can you picture it, lovely viewers? The former couple acting in a love story again, while rumors swirl that one of them still dreams of the other. Fans would explode, ratings would skyrocket, and every small glance or smile between them on screen would be dissected frame by frame. But let's not forget the human side. Behind the flashing cameras and trending hashtags, these are real people with real emotions. Joong's admission may have been heartfelt, but it also places pressure on Hye Kyo, who is now being scrutinized more than ever. Every move she makes, every smile she shares with Min-ho, every silence she keeps, is being read as a clue. And Min-ho, for all his confidence, is now being measured not just as her partner, but as the man who must stand strong against the lingering shadow of her past. Lovely viewers, doesn't this make you wonder? What if Joong and Hye Kyo cross paths again soon at a public event? What if Min-ho is present too? The cameras would capture every glance, every smile, every possible sign of tension. It would be the moment fans have been waiting for, the collision of past and present, love and loyalty, dreams and reality. Would Joong's eyes betray his emotions? Would Hye Kyo maintain her composure? Would Min-ho stake his claim with subtle but undeniable gestures of love? This is the kind of moment that keeps fans glued to every update, every article, every rumor. Because in their hearts, people are not just watching celebrities, they're watching a story unfold, one that blurs the lines between drama and reality. And Joong's confession has ensured that this story is far from over. Lovely viewers, the stage is set, the players are in place, and the world is watching. The question is no longer just about dreams, it's about what those dreams might awaken. Will they stir a second chance, or will they solidify the present, proving that the past belongs in the past?